Well, hello and welcome, everybody. It is another talk show with the ANMC team. We've got Tamsi and Cassie here with us today. And what we did today was we have a little jar in the ANMC office where you can write topics or questions specifically, and we will answer them on Facebook or in our talk show. So we did draw a couple of those today. The first one, drum roll, depression or bipolar disorder. Okay, so we've got all kinds of different viewpoints. We've got Tamsi's coaching and years of experience. We've got Cassie with coaching and her work as, can we say nurse practitioner yet? We can say that. Awesome, I'm excited.
Congratulations.
And we've got my different perspective from somatic and concept therapy and nutrition and naturopathy. So this will be fun. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. Depression, what do you got, ladies?
We see it all the time. It's such a byproduct of the culture we live in. We're doing too much, too fast, not enough downtime, and so levels of our energy get low, and then there becomes that brain spiral that can take us into a dip of depression. And so one of the things that I suggest when I'm working with clients is, granted the weather isn't that great, go outside.
We need to connect.
Take some breaths outside. Even if you're bundled up in your coat, open the door and get outside. There is something about connecting with the outside environment that kicks in our brain. Endorphins start shooting up. We get these little boosts of serotonin,
Serotonin,
dopamine,
oxytocin,
that all come into play. So it's a little thing that you can do every day that takes a little bit of the edge off.
There is magnetism to the earth. There are ions in the air. These activate your cells and produce the connection, the magnetism of the minerals that literally are functioning your electrical nature of your body. So yeah,
and if you're people see a lot of it is it's an imbalance or a chemical in your brain, which oftentimes has a diagnosis for it, but what we can do outside of that is a lot of recommendations from primary care providers or behavioral health is the behavioral health therapy. It's working through those feelings and thoughts and sometimes masking it or treating with a traditional SNRI or SSRI, but those can be scary because those are really harmful on your system and the different dosing and things like that and the interactions. But ultimately it's recognizing where did this come from? Is it a pattern? Is it something traumatic that happened?
Yes, don't just band-aid. And you had mentioned behavioral therapy, and one thing we do NUCOGs here. NUCOGs are one of the best ways to connect. Remember, if you're in that parasympathetic dominant state, you're going to be producing different chemicals down into the body. If you're in a stress state, you're going to be putting different chemicals down into the body that are stress operative chemicals. And so is it a diagnostic because you do have chemistry change? But why did that chemistry change happen? And can we shift you to help get you back into that parasympathetic?
And the therapy, go ahead.
I was going to say, we work with a lot of people who are currently in therapy, and we work with their therapist. There's never been a conflict of interest.
And their doctor.
And we're not trained therapists. We're coaches, we're guides. We have a lot of information in a different way that can enhance your experience if you're in therapy.
Yeah, that's one of the things we do best, I think, is our integration, so that it isn't a one or the other. It's how do we pull it all together for you? Yeah, I think that's important. And just would have to throw to the name depression. Can it just be normal that we feel sad sometimes? Obviously, clinical depression is
it's a difference.
Yeah, there is a difference there. But
I think our clients get confused. We live in the culture of buzzwords. Oh, I've got anxiety. I've got stressors. You know what? You just are getting life. Life comes at us, and we don't have to label it.
Yes, and I like that you mentioned there are pharmaceutical options. But from a nutritionist perspective, there are also nutrient needs too, and we tend to not. We want it band-aided, covered, fixed. Just whatever. Get rid of it. Sometimes it's that we need to take a look at what nutrients could we be lacking. And there will be a huge difference in that. So even just having a nutrition analysis would be super helpful. Coming from a concept perspective, what are our concepts behind the idea of depression? what are concepts behind the idea of feeling sad? I know so many people who run from the idea of feeling sad. Nobody likes to feel sad. But is this just a period of time in life where I got divorced? Yeah, you're gonna be sad. It may not mean that you're clinically depressed, and that's why it helps to have the different perspectives, talk to your doctor, talk to your therapist, and see what are all the options. Get the options first. And then what options are necessary and right for me at this time. This is so good. I love that. What time do we have? Do we want to talk about delve into
short
the
window.
Short little window.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Migraine relief and prevention. You're bringing it back to me.
Look, we're all looking.
That's good. I mean, those two, could certainly go together.
They could be hand in hand.
Yeah. Migraines, like Tansy and I have, coaching other people, we bounce ideas off, each other about, like, this is what my client's feeling, or, what can we do? And we go back to diet a lot. So Tansy had brought up the ideas, a lot of, I'll let you speak on it.
Well, we've just been talking about it, and a lot of clients, when they have migraines, if they go dairy-free strict for a period of time, and it's not all that long, it's like a 180. So, one of the things that we look at is the properties of the dairy products and how they're mucosal causing, and they slow things down, and just by making a simple shift can have a huge impact.
And diet's so important because it's the triggers, like recognizing, like, I got a migraine. Well, is there a common trigger? What
Cheese
is happening?
a big one. Cheese and dairy are big ones for migraines. MSG is a big one. If you eat chicken nuggets a lot, MSG is a big one. Yeast, autolyzed yeast, caffeine. Yep. So their food is important. There could be so many triggers that you're not even aware of. Migraines are multivariable. And so if you're having migraines, you absolutely need to have, a clinical evaluation is a different evaluation than the kind that we do here. So if you're having migraines, we need to look at all the things. Is the liver functioning well? Are the kidneys functioning well? Are you having enough hydration? Do you have enough minerals? Do you have enough electrolytes? I, in particular, have a special affinity for, it started off with chemical sensitivities and food sensitivities. That's what I did early on in my career, but now my affinity is for what I call period migraines, moon cycle migraines, because most of us don't know. They're like, oh, yeah, migraine during period, that's normal. Migraine out of ovulation, totally different reason. Migraine at the beginning of your cycle, totally different reason. Migraine at the end of your cycle, totally different reason. So we need to spend some time to evaluate where those migraines are coming from. And of course, we have products for working.
And to tag on to this, if you are not having a period, you still cycle through.
Yes,
So
you do.
do not think you got out scot-free. You're still cycling.
Anyway, we're stuck with
Yippee! Even if you don't have the parts.
Absolutely true. Yes. Obviously, you can come into the shop and look at, some symptom relieving things or some nutrient supports, but I would encourage you, if you're having either of the symptoms we talked about, call the front desk, go online, ANMCHolisticHealth.com, check us out a little bit, and let's see where we can roll from there.
So what's in your lap? Wait,
nice.
wait,
Yeah,
oh,
we're talking about products.
we got some goodies
I thought we were
before we
running
go.
out of time.
Awesome.
So no, these are homeopathic, so they're safe. Your body really absorbs what it needs at
right
that
to the
time. Des Bio has some new ones, so they're focusing a lot on feelings and a new product line. So this one is mind detox and drainage. So this is really good for if you're feeling stuck.
That is the rumination.
Yeah, so this is really, really good. And then emotional detox and drainage, which, especially 'tis the season, like Tansy had said earlier, getting out of that slump, and it can really help with some of the, emotional support, anxiety, the rage. There's all sorts of fun stuff that these do, but super helpful, fairly inexpensive.
And I love if you're just feeling like, I feel this way and I just don't know what to do about it. I don't know where it's coming from. I can't analyze it. I love these two products together because you're dealing with mind, you're dealing with heart and emotion.
Yeah.
And how many of you get migraines when you're stressed?
Probably a lot.
Yep. Awesome.
That's it.
Okay. Awesome.
All right, now high five.
Now high five. All right, everybody.
everybody.
Join us again.